Greetings, everybody, and welcome to my channel, The Healthy Voice. I'm Bella. I am a trauma-informed voice teacher, and I recently created a 7-week course called the Voice Liberation Method. It includes 7 guided visualizations, 7 chakra toning practices for your voice, lots of information on how trauma creates tension patterns which restrict your voice and prevent you from speaking or singing with ease and freedom. There are also journal prompts for each week, PDF guides for each week, and lots of classical voice technique. So far, everybody who has taken the course, I've gotten so much good feedback from them. People are really enjoying it. And so if you're looking to go deeper into your own voice practice, I recommend you check out the link in the description below. So right now, I'm doing a series where I answer a question from you guys. In each video, I'm going to answer a question that people have asked me throughout the course of this Healthy Voice platform, which is only a little over 4 months old. So if you have a question, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I might make a video of it in the future. So today's question is this: what should I eat before a performance to protect my voice? This is a great question. So when I was in high school, which is when my formal voice education really began, we were only taught very limited information on how to eat for a healthy voice. The only thing I really remember being taught was to stay away from dairy and to make sure we drank a lot of water. And that was pretty much it. It wasn't until much later when I became incredibly interested, aka obsessed, with health and wellness and nutrition. I actually went through a formal year-long nutrition program with a heavy focus on raw plant-based foods. And so I learned a lot about hydration, inflammation, acidity, and how all of these things can really influence the voice. And so I have a few opinions, and I'm going to share them with you today. Of course, these are just my opinions, and so take them with a grain of salt, experiment yourself, and see what feels the best for your voice and your body. So, a few basics. When we're dealing with the voice, we are in need of hydration. Number 1, hydration is the most important thing. The next thing I would say that we need to be aware of is inflammation. And inflammation is what causes all the problems in the body. Every illness and every nuisance that we come up against pretty much has to do with inflammation. And inflammation is just so prominent with today's diet and all of the junk food that we have access to, and we're going to get into that a little bit. Another thing that singers and speakers have to deal with is acid reflux, and this has to do with digestion, digestibility of foods. Is your food digesting properly, or is it getting stuck for too long and going through a fermentation process, essentially, which is causing acid to build up and create problems with your voice? So first, let's talk about hydration. It's very important that we have enough hydration in our body because the voice relies on this. And if you've ever had a day where you're trying to sing or speak and it's just really uncomfortable, you have to clear your throat a lot, your voice feels dry, that's a sign that you're dehydrated. Now, what causes dehydration? Let's talk about that for a moment. Lots of things cause dehydration. First of all, simply not drinking enough water can be a problem. But it also has to do with the kinds of foods we consume. For example, alcohol and coffee are actually dehydrating foods, meaning they require more water to process through your body than other items you might consume. And what I mean by that is Your body already contains water stores, and that water is used in the digestion process. So anytime you consume anything, your body is using your water stores to help the digestion process. So when you have a glass of wine, what's happening is your body is taking more water than it would normally require to process that item. And so that's why it's so essential that when you do drink alcohol, you match it with 1 or 2 glasses of water at a time, because you need that extra storage of water to help process this dehydrating item. Then that's true for coffee as well. This is also true of overly cooked foods, especially fried foods, grilled foods, roasted foods. Any heating process that takes a lot of water out of the food is going to be a dehydrating food, which means your body is having to use so much of its own water stores to process it that it could be dehydrating you in the process. Now, you can balance this out by making sure you're drinking a lot of water every single day. So if half your body weight in ounces is what's recommended for health maintenance, then somebody who works with their voice would really need to take in more water than that. And if you are eating a lot of fried foods or overly processed foods, like think of potato chips. Think about a potato chip versus a baked potato. So which one has more water? Obviously, the baked potato. So even though the baked potato was cooked in the oven and it's lost a lot of water, it still contains more water than the potato chip. Now let's think about a steamed sweet potato versus sweet potato fries. Which one has more water? Obviously, the steamed sweet potato, because it's actually being cooked with hot water as the processing method. Now let's go a little bit more extreme. Which has more water? A bowl of mandarin oranges or a piece of pizza? Obviously, the bowl of mandarin oranges. You can taste the water content in the fruit. And so hopefully you're starting to see what I mean by hydration levels, because the oranges are so easy to digest because they contain their own water stores. And so your body doesn't have to pull from its water storage in order to process it. Whereas the pizza is so dehydrating. There is no water content in any item on that pizza. It's a refined food, so that means that the flour that was used to make the dough is refined. It's had most of the fiber removed, which is going to make it extra difficult to process. If you have pepperoni on it, that's a processed meat. The cheese contains very little water content, and so the pizza is going to be very difficult to digest compared to the bowl of mandarin oranges. And so that leads me to the solution. If you want to eat for good hydration, make sure you're including a lot of high water content foods like fruits and vegetables that have been minimally processed, minimally cooked. When you cook your foods, use steaming methods that include a lot of water and a low temperature. So boiling and steaming are low temperature cooking methods, where frying, grilling, and roasting are high temperature. And the higher the temperature, the more water gets removed. The only exception to that would be dehydrating foods. When you dehydrate foods, you maintain the life force in the food, but you do take the water out. And so dehydrated foods are also going to dehydrate you because they require your body's water stores to process. So that's hydration. The next thing is inflammation and acidity. Problems that come from eating foods that are not so good for your body. So if you eat fried foods, if you eat highly processed foods, that is going to cause an inflammation response in your body. And you may find that you have physical discomfort in your throat. You may find that you have acid reflux because these items are so difficult for your body to process. It's better to eat nutrient-dense whole foods because these foods are easier for your body to process. The third factor that I want you to keep in mind is energy. Singers and speakers require a lot of energy to do what they're doing. And if you're consuming food that makes your body work extra hard to process it, your body is using its own energy stores to process the food. Whereas if you were to instead choose a lunch of a gigantic salad with chickpeas and walnuts and a whole food dressing, then it's going to take less energy for your body to process it. All of those antioxidants are going to be processed. They're going to help your body fight any inflammation. There's lots of water in that food, so you'll be hydrated. And your body will require less energy to process it, leaving more energy for you to sing or speak or think clearly. So I'm telling you a lot about what to eat as a singer, but what about the day when you actually have a performance? Here's my recommendation. Don't eat 2 hours before you perform. Performing in a somewhat fasted state is much easier on your body and your mind. Plus, when you are using your voice in front of other people, singing or speaking stimulates your digestive system. And so if you have food that your body is still processing and you start speaking or singing, I don't want to have to say it, but you're going to have an influx situation. And you don't want that to happen when you have a microphone in front of you. And so it's better to eat far in advance. And I recommend that on the day of a performance or a big presentation, that you eat minimal foods. Eat whole foods that are really easy for your body to process. Fruits, green smoothies, a salad, maybe a soup if you prefer some cooked food, a vegetable soup of some kind. Keep it simple, nutrient-dense, and high water content. And stop eating 2 hours before your performance. When you finish your performance or your presentation, celebrate with a big meal and reward yourself. Have a glass of wine if you want, and then start over the next day. And just keep these things in mind. When I started practicing these nutrition principles, my life changed tremendously in many ways, but I definitely noticed it in my voice. I hope this helps. Leave a question if you have anything you want to know about. I'd be happy to answer it for you in a future video. And thank you very much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my course, The Voice Liberation Method. If you want to get serious about your voice and healing all those things that are holding you back from being your true self, check it out. It's been helping a lot of people, and I hope it helps you too. I'll see you in the next one.